Welcome back. This is E15. In case you are just joining us and you're right on time for E15, 33 days to the commencement of 2015 general election, and we're talking about the distribution of the permanent voter card across the federation, and we're zooming our camera lens. I have my correspondent in Ogun State standing by, Kazim Olowe. Hello, Kazim.
Hello, Ayo. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Kazim, good afternoon. How are you? How is Ogun State? Abeokuta?
Yeah, everything is cool here.
Okay, give us an update. From Friday, what has changed?
Okay, well, since last Wednesday, hello?
Yes, we are with you, Kazim.
Okay, since last Wednesday, when the allegation of 600,000 alien cards was made, there has been no official communication from INEC. But thank God for the protest held by the CDHR today. INEC Admin Secretary Atiba today actually responded on behalf of the REC Atiba, and he told us that the allegation was not true. He told us that a total of 1,795,794 people actually registered in Ogun State, and that is against 1,829,534 that was in public domain. Aside from that, he told us that 1,368,775 pieces cards they actually brought 1,368,075 pieces cards to Ogun State from Abuja, and out of that number, 795,092 cards have been distributed to people.
Yes, Kazim, can you please step back from your TV set? Are you close to your television set? I'm getting some outback noise there.
Well, hello?
Hello, Kazim.
Yes?
Are you close to your TV set?
No, it's not possible. I'm not closer to anything.
All right. Continue, Kazim.
Okay, so presently now we have 44.7% cards in Ogun State that has been distributed. 44.7% that has been distributed in Ogun State.
44, not 40.
No, 44.7%. 44.7%.
Okay, it's an improvement from this figure.
Yeah, that's an improvement on the last one. And on the allegation of 600,000 alien cards, INEC maintained that it has no alien card in the state, claiming that all cards in the state belong to Ogun residents. Although Mr. Atiba also acknowledged that they discovered some cards meant for Edo State in the state. He acknowledged that they discovered some cards meant for Edo State in his state. But he also stated that they've returned those cards back to their original destination. But I also visited the INEC distribution center in Abeokuta South afternoon, and I had a chat with some people who went to that place to collect their cards. About 10 people, actually, I spoke with about 10 people, and none of these people were able to leave that place with their PV. It left the place disappointed, and that negates the claim of INEC in Ogun State that they have the card, because Dixon Atiba, the INEC admin secretary, they told us that currently they have more than 500,000 cards. It has reduced from about 600,000 that it was last week when the governor actually raised the alarm. He told us that people have been coming to get the card, and of course that if we should visit any of the distribution centers, they are going to see people getting their card. But unfortunately, the place we visited this afternoon, about 10 people that we saw, none of them was able to leave that point with their PV. That is the true position of things as I speak in Abeokuta today. But aside from Abeokuta, there are other places in Ogun State that they are still waiting for their PVC. For instance, in Ado-Duota local government, and of course, for local government. If for local government is densely populated, because that's the area where you see Yakodio, you see Akute, Alagole, Ajuwon, Dero, and some other areas like that. That place is densely populated, and people there, they are still clamoring, they still want to have their PVC. Aside from that area, you come to Abeokuta North here. we have the largest ward in Ogun State, the Abeokuta North local government. People in this ward 11, they are still claiming that they don't have their PVC. But of course, INEC still maintains that more than 500,000 PVC, they still have it at various distribution points waiting for people to collect them. But let me quickly say that as stated that, okay.
Kazim, Jide want to ask you something.
Hello?
Kazim.
Hello?
Can you hear me, Kazim?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Recently, the Governor Amosun and the REC in the state disagreed publicly when the REC said that the people of Ogun State were not going to pick up their cards. And the governor said, no, I'm on ground. I can feel the pains of my people. My people go regularly to try and get these cards, but the reality is that when they go to the polling centers, they return home disappointed. Now, from the look of things, INEC wants us to believe that it is not true that alien cards were taken to Ogun State. Do you have any reason to believe that this claim of INEC is indeed true?
Sorry, Kazim, in addition to that, you just told us now that some cards meant for Edo State were actually found in Ogun State and returned to Edo State. Are those not alien cards?
Are those cards what?
Are those cards not alien cards? You just told us that...
Well, let me start from that question. I wouldn't know what to call those cards actually because Dixon has claimed that the cards were not alien cards, but he said the card does not belong to Ogun State, and they've actually unquote now repatriated the card back to where it belongs. And let me quickly react to Ide's question regarding whether the position of INEC was actually well. What happened this afternoon? My visit to INEC distribution center in Abeokuta South this afternoon shows that INEC may not be saying the truth presently. Because if you visit any of the, let's just use Abeokuta South distribution center as an example. If people have their PVC, I mean, if these people have their PVC, they'll be able to collect it when they get there. If you have 10 people getting to a particular point and they couldn't get their card, leaving the place disappointed, it got to show that directly or indirectly, the position of there is an element of truth in the position of the governor. And if you are saying from last week to this week, from last week Wednesday to today, if you should be counting to have about minimum of 4 or 5 days. At least they still distribute on Saturday. It's only on Sunday that they do. Today is Monday. How many percentage?
Okay, Kazim. Thank you so much, Kazim.
If we deduct the numbers of people that are collected between last week Wednesday and today, we are talking about just 30,000 people. So it's just to show that something fundamental is wrong, and we are yet to know what is wrong, but something fundamental is wrong.
Something is wrong with the distribution in Ogun State. Thank you so much, Kazim Olowe. Kazim Olowe, we're going to get more updates tomorrow, and we're still going to keep track on Ogun State on the distribution of the permanent voter card. Jide, that should be our last take on this. Tomorrow, we're going to build up on it, and I never wish Buhari dead, but it will never be the president, Governor FAYOSE again.
Yes, I think before we go on, it's important to let our viewers know the kind of character that we are dealing with. Governor FAYOSE has assumed the position of Buhari's tormentor-in-chief as far as this election is concerned. And he's doing it in a totally graceless manner. He's doing it in a very disgraceful manner. I assume that a governor will be extremely busy, especially a new governor.
Yeah, that wants to make his mark.
Yes, you've just taken over in the state. You have so much to do. Your hands will be full, you know. Well, FAYOSE has forgotten about the idea of governance. He's just busying himself, abusing the candidate of the presidential candidate of the APC, and generally leaving the business of running Ekiti, you know, to suffer.
Autopilot.
So it's just, I really don't understand. He said that sometimes there are certain things that I can't say here, you know, because I don't want to be too uncharitable to this man, even though in the real sense he doesn't really deserve it. Now he's saying that he's spiritual, that he's like Elijah in the Bible, and that his own supporters are like Elisha, that he is spiritual, he sees the future of Nigeria that others don't see, and because he sees the future of Nigeria that others don't see, those people do not know that he knows what will happen in future. And he's saying that he predicted his own emergence as governor of Ekiti, and that he has seen that Buhari, no matter how hard he tries, will never be the president of this country. Look at the way he's gone about saying that Buhari is ill, he's on the sick bed, this and that. See, any man who is over 70 years old, naturally some forms of ailment will manifest in your body. Even at our age, we are already beginning to see it. Now, what is wrong in a man even going abroad for medical checkup? He was not taken abroad in an air ambulance. But you are giving us the impression that this man is so terribly ill because you think that's your own way, you know, of making it look like he's not electable, he's not somebody that Nigerians should vote for. And the mistake he's making is that the more he does it, the more people sympathize with this man.
Offer more popularity.
Yes. The more he does it, the more people sympathize with this man, because they are wondering that why is he victimizing this man, victimizing in inverted commas, you know?
Moji, before I allow you to react to this, let's take a listen to Governor FAYOSE himself on this. That's visual courtesy of Ekiti State's broadcasting service. And what do you make of this?
First of all, I would say it's unfortunate that, yeah, I'm from Ekiti State. It's so unfortunate. A stakeholder. Yeah, and to think that that is the best Ekiti people can offer as a #1 citizen is unfortunate.
Laughable.
I won't say it's laughable. I would rather say it's relief. It's unfortunate, but then
it's not comic relief. These are serious issues.
It's not comic. It's said in that tape, and like, you know, let's even forget about this tape. This is even mild. He published a Death Witch advert in two national dailies. I mean, saying categorically that Buhari, if elected, will not spend 4 years.
Will die on the
that it will go the way of I mean, listed a lot of former past head of states from
Northwest.
from the Northwest and actually insulting the intelligence of most Nigerians by including the late Murtala Mohammed, who incidentally died in office for, as a sort of a coup.
hero.
He died as a hero. So you want to imagine that somebody like Fayose, he actually said that Buhari would never be governor. But then, if you look at his antecedents, you know that he's coming from a position of fear. I mean, he feels that his destiny is tied to these elections, especially given the facts that I imagine from the June 21 elections in Ekiti State. And it's another tape where he actually admitted that he was, his audio, his voice
that
was...
that
he attended that meeting where a major general was being given instructions on how to assist the ruling party to rig elections. I mean, allegedly. But then, for a state governor, just like Jide said, who is expected to have been involved in the act of governance, to have left governance to, you think is the, I mean, he is not the Southwest coordinator of the PDP for the Southwest. On the last count, I think it's that position is being held by the Ondo State government, Mimiko, and you won't hear Mimiko speak, spread this kind of hate message. Today again, there was another needless front page advert in a national daily, and the value of those adverts is between 25 and 30 million of public funds. In the last 1 month, we have seen about 60 million naira being spent on such needless propaganda about a particular, about a candidate of the APC. And he was the first to come out to say that Buhari actually flew out of Nigeria for medical reasons. And like Jide said, what is wrong in a 72-year-old man going abroad for medical checkup? Whereas he was not even there. Buhari will be speaking to, and he has a lot of a series of meetings that has been scheduled. I learned that over the weekend he was with Tony Blair. I think we saw some pictures, and even a statement was issued from that event, and even pictures of the event. And the publisher of Ovation magazine, Dele Momodu, said he's in London. And if you check his Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page, you'll see the pictures he's been posting of the dinner and other events attended by Buhari. I don't think a sick person will be attending, having such a busy schedule. And on Thursday, there are confirmations that Buhari will be speaking on democracy in Africa and the Nigerian experience at Chatham House in England. So I don't know where the state governor of Ekiti is having this illusion that Buhari is somewhere in an hospital in the UK, and why it should continually spread this hate message. And I wonder what the regulatory bodies are doing.
To regulate his speech.
That is
and he's immune.
So it's another one. And last week the APC in Ekiti actually reported him to the Human Rights Commission. National Human Rights Commission.
No, that's why I believe that.
I want us to what he said in the last visual. He said he will not lose any of the seats in the State House of Assembly.
That's why, I was saying, we actually ought to have played that tape first, but because the viewer would have had a peep into Fayose's mind. So if you didn't know him sufficiently, you know that you are dealing with a man with an undiminishing appetite for violence, because look, what he was saying there was that, look, this election, he said, kakaki leku ile asha, he was using strong words, meaning that, look, it is do or die, it is victory or not.
At all costs, yeah.
That whatever happens, and he was saying, look, I'm not one of those people who have power and they don't know how to use it. Power. That in that state, he will not lose a single assembly seat. How do you give this kind of guarantee in an election? Even Fashola who has done so much work in Lagos, he can't give that kind of guarantee. You can't begin to boast that you will not lose a single assembly seat out of 40 in Lagos, because anything can happen. There could be protest vote, anything can happen. You don't go into an election boasting, except you've made up your mind that you are going to stop the other people from taking part in the election, or you are going to rig.
Let me take Abayomi from Ikorodu in Lagos State. Hello, Abayomi.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for joining E15, Abayomi.
Yeah, actually, this FAYOSE is really one of the things I was discussing with someone. And what I realized about FAYOSE is it's trying as much as they can to serve the state. Write it down. If Buhari should win today, note it. FAYOSE is going to run away.
He's going to run away.
Become, and I can bet it, APC is not going to accept him. But he is going to run away. I give him maximum of 1 week. And the problem we have is that we listen too much to him. It's somebody that should be ignored. That's why he's still taking all the headlines in the news and everything. If everybody should ignore him, every other thing, I believe will be quiet for some time.
Thank you, Abayomi. Thank you for your submission, Abayomi.
He's not likely to run away.
He's democratically elected.
Buhari is not going to be a military ruler. So
Buhari cannot just even make a pronouncement that
he can't even unilaterally just arrest someone, and he can't remove him. What is likely to happen is that a man who really has no credibility, if Buhari wins, he will be the first person to land in Bodilon with a broom in his hand. I'm very sure of that. He will, you see, because what will happen? He will go there with his broom in his hand and say, look, he has moved. Because, look, there are still more governors, more big people in Nigeria who will move to the APC in the event of a Buhari victory. So it could just be one of them, because he knows that he will be left exposed. You can't do all of this, and then the man that you've been harassing, that you've been diminishing, becomes president, and you feel comfortable. You won't feel comfortable until he has found. And I know my people. I know the APC people. They will embrace him if he comes back. They're not going to chase him away.
Yola in Adamawa. Emmanuel. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining E15. What's your name and where are you calling from? Momo. Okay, Momo from Adamawa State.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Momo. Go ahead with your contribution.
I'm Momo calling from Yola, Adamawa State.
Yes, you are on, Momo.
Yeah, I want to speak on the PVC collection rate.
All right.
You see, for those that think in the north, most northern parts, the northern part of the country is a little bit, there's some foul play there. So please have a rethink. The northern electorates are determined and they are ready to do anything to get their PVC. I have people that will sleep in polling units, close their shops to collect PVC. I have people that will not allow their wives to go out on a normal day, but when it comes to election time, they release these people to go out to collect their PVC. They are very enthusiastic when it comes to elections. So when you compare that with what is happening in the south, you'll be getting it wrong. And it's evident in the way the campaign has been going. You'll be seeing massive turnout in Kano, massive turnout in Borno State. And that is the way the northern part of the country is when it comes to elections.
Thank you, Momo. Thank you, Momo from Adamawa State. Jide, reaching home stretch with FAYOSE now.
I think just as one of our callers suggested, it's better ignored. It's just the APC people should just focus on their electioneering campaigns and ignore the tantrums of this simple-minded governor. You should just ignore him.
Do you think in any way is bringing that office down?
Yeah,
an executive governor of
of course,
state.
he has diminished the exalted the powers of the exalted office of a governor. And even the governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, said while discussing with Mazu on the exit of Obasanjo from PDP, said some governors from the southwest need to be cautioned on their outbursts on the former president. And I think he's actually referring to FAYOSE. And I think APC should just ignore him and see what happens after the elections.
I want to thank you so much, Jide. It's tomorrow we're going to go back to our regular studio. Mujid, thank you, and we're going to have our full team tomorrow. And that's our program today. Join us same time tomorrow as we examine other burning issues relating to the 2015 general elections on E15. I am Ayodele Uzubakun. See you tomorrow.